Wait, actually, I needed to click that start stream button after I got myself the drink. Be right back. I was muted, but hello everyone. Hello Penguin, hello Nerdsel, hello Pigorlin. The cast is gonna overflow soon. Good morning. Yeah, it's an early stream today, a little earlier than usual, right? But yeah, I was busy with work. Now the work is finished, and I can stream a little bit. What do we use today? VS Code or the NeoVim? I saw this bug again, by the way, in my NeoVim. Let's see if it's still happening. It is still there. This line over there in the bottom. I understand what it is now. Z? There's no way I'm going to use Z, right? I mean, actually, Z. Why does it require my password, though? Why does the Z require my password? Huh? The login keyring did not get unlocked when you logged into your computer. Yeah, I did not do that. But why? Are they trying to steal my bitcoins? Or something? Cancel? Am I right? Here at the Anonymous Procrastinators group. Yes, welcome. What is open here? Linksider? No. How do you open a new project here? How do you use that? Open... Wait, it's actually not responding. Application not responding. The Z just crashed. All right, I think I don't use Z. You know what? I thought a little bit, and yeah, I think we're gonna use something else. All right, go to projects, cast lang cast. All right, so I did a little bit of work off stream. It still is not working properly, but there was progress made towards recursive types. It's not working yet. It's not. Here is the thing, right? Lists. Alert, you sleep until it's early morning. Have a good sleep, Veldak. Thanks for joining us for a second. LSP log. Why are these errors? This is not errors. RPC cast std error on doc. Sending diags. This is just the std error. Wrapped in an error for no reason. Okay. So so right now the LSP doesn't even work, does it? It does not work. Why? I think it's doing some infinite recursion or something. Cast, run, examples. Oh no, it's crashing actually. Or is it not crashing? Yeah, we have a fatal exception, which is okay, so here's what's happening. I was doing what? I was trying to implement so that the generics, they only get instantiated like once and things like that. And then I realized that there is also, like, for recursive types, there was infinite recursion in the inference, so that's what I need to fix here. We have inference base here, and what's happening is when I'm saying that two types are the same, right? When I'm saying two types are the same and the types contain themselves, we're having infinite recursion. So I tried fixing that, but then it's not fixed properly, so I need to fix it now, right? So here's the problem, right? We are trying to unite two variables. They must be the same, right? So the way it was working previously is that I was only setting them to actually be the same after I have united all of their insides, right? But that's cannot happen because the insides contains themselves, and that was trying to unite this thing recursively, right? So what I'm doing instead right now is I am saying that both of the variables are now equal to the first variable, right? And then I'm trying to unite their insides, and then I'm updating the first variable again. But that's not correct. I think what I need to do is something like this. I think I need to first say that these two variables are equal to basically a new not inferred variable. And we basically erase all the data we know about these things. Then we calculate the unified insides of these variables, the unified actually values of these variables. And then I unite the new not inferred variable with the variable containing the united data. Lurk watching Kuveman stream. Lurk working on Steam page. Lurk shopping groceries. Nice. We have a full chat of lurkers. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to be fixing inference of recursive types. I'm a full-time lurker. Nice. Fixing inference of recursive types. Like, because while I am uniting these two variables, we need to make sure that they are not united recursively, right? That's what I'm trying to solve. So what do I do in the meantime, right? Because we might want to unite one of these variables with some other variable while doing the recursion, right? Which means that there's a lot of things that can happen here. So yeah, I think I do just like I said. We say that these two variables that I'm trying to unite, they are going to be equal to a new variable about which we don't do anything. Doing anything else that's not cast, lurk, pigorly. All right. Or I mean, I can keep it to be equal to the data A, right? That can be kept for sure. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what data am I going to be using here, by the way. Right? So that doesn't matter. Data. So yeah, we start over here with temp data, right? Let temp data or data. Did you just see RNG in cast? This is the RNG because that's part of the DSU algorithm for unifying variables, which helps performance, as far as I remember. I don't know how much is it, how is it important. DSU algorithm. This thing. Hmm. Wait, is it not important? Coin flip linking, that's what we're doing. Yeah, so there are multiple like variations of the algorithm of the uniting the things in the join set union thing. So I'm using this one, the randomized one. I'm not doing it like exactly like this. Anyway, doesn't really matter. It's basically you're either like joining variable A to variable B or joining variable B to variable A, right? When you're uniting them, and the order matters sometimes for performance. So by doing the RNG, it gets amortized linear time, basically. All right, so we have the temporary data that I'm going to store. Temporary data is going to contain what? What is that going to contain? Let's see here. I'm working on a programming language called XD. Nice. Is that language available for us to look at? I don't think you said it here now. XDlang. Let's see how easy it is to search it up. Is this your language? KDlang attends the 2015 Canadian Songwriters. Probably not. Oh wait, it's not KD, it's XD. Oh, it's because search instead. It is still unpublic. All right. You just finished the design. All right. You can tell us more if you want. Okay. What's the recurse ID here? What's the recurse ID here? Temporary data. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to say that temp data is data A. Yes, sure. So we do use that. We have this, and then in the end, what I want to do, I guess this is going to be a recursive function, right? So we have a united data, and then I want to unite these variables again, right? I want to unite variable A. But when do I stop the recursion then? Technically, it only can recurse using the unite in third thing, right? Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. So we have variables, right? Variables contain data. And data is basically whether the variable is inferred or not. Even if it is inferred, what's its value, right? It contains some other data, though, in addition, right? And then the inferred value can recursively contain the variables themselves. Or maybe all that I need to do... No, that makes no sense. Like, here, the problem is, once again, if I am trying to unite the data here, right? So I'm trying to unite two inferred variables. Then I can recursively call this function. And then these variables, they have completely different state now. And now I need to do what, right? So now I have like two states. Two pieces of data. The current data and the new data that I got here, right? And now I need to merge them again, right? And then if I merge them again, it can trigger this thing recursively again. Can it? Like, technically, what I'm going to do. So like after I have united the data, I'm going to find the root again, right? Which is find root. Of A, right? find root variable away, right? So the and then root data is find root of A again, right? So we know the new data. This potentially has changed while I was uniting. So now I have this data and I have this data, and these things need to be united again, right? So we say unite data, span, unite inferred, united data, and root data. Can this now potentially call this thing recursively? That's the question. That united data final or something is this. And then we update the root date be root, where data is united data final. That's like potentially what I need to do. And then we just return the root, right? Something like that. So the question is though, can this recurse? Or can this not recurse? This feels a little wrong here. But the thing is, why would this recurse? Like, is this thing? Yeah, because it was inferred before, and it's like inferred again. But the thing is that these two variables are now the same, right? They previously were different, now they are the same. The only reason this would recurse into the same code is if this was unified with a third variable, and then recursing is fine, I think, right? Because I have already unified them, this code is not going to be called again. Maybe this is all that I need to do. Let's see. Maybe not. It seems like the code works, but I still have the type checking issues. I'm going to open VS Code. No reason. Lists. Okay, so we have a problem now. Type check failed, add t is not int32. And that's a problem, that's a bug, right? So what's happening here is... What is happening here? Type check failed, add t is not int32. So list add is a generic, right? Add t is the generic argument here. I named them like differently so that I can understand it a little better. What's happening with the bugs for now? I mean, the code runs fine, but we have the type checking issue, right? But the interpreter is still working properly. So the question is, why is add t is not equal to int32? Well, the thing is, we should not have add t to be here at all, right? Because what's the type of list.add that, right? The type of list add instantiated is a function that takes the list. This is the list. We only have anonymous types, right? But this is basically Wait, it's also saying that it's the type of print tease, which is also wrong. Because what's the type of A? The type of A is the print tease, and that's wrong, right? Because the type should be a list int 32, right? So this should be a list int 32. Let me also figure out why my language server crashes while I'm typing like this. Wait, I don't see the issues anymore. Can I see the notifications or whatever? Heading might must provide a content length property. It's because, yeah, there we go. I have I am printing something to the std out for no reason. Yo, Uzi, CZ, hello there. Thank you for the raid. How are you doing? Welcome. How's your stream? Playing GTA? Huh? We're doing some programming here. We're doing programming in GTA? Sometimes. On some low level. Alright, I'm trying to make my own programming language here. And I have bugs. So, yeah, I'm doing some fixing of some bugs here. Hello, Msoft. So right now I have two bugs, the inference of recursive types, and I have the bug of my language server crashing, and I want to fix both of them. But the output doesn't save the logs that were there previously, which is annoying. I only see them in these notifications. But basically what happened is I printed something to the same output, which is our like interaction with the client, which is std out, right? 9 little bucks, take one, fix it. 1 billion little bucks, yes. Maybe I should just find for all of the printlns, potentially. Something that's not in the CLI. Current scope. Wait, what is this? Current compiler scope. Why is this printing? Something. Wait, what? That should be gone. I don't think that's my problem though. This is the current compiler scope, which is when this is when I'm compiling. Current compiler scope expression, which is like a hack or something. Just don't print it, I guess. Or whatever. Should I keep it in case I want to come back? Comment it instead of deleting? Sure. Next. This is commented out, this is commented out, this is commented out, this is commented out. It says fprint. This is this is highlighting. Interpreter CLI doesn't matter. This is removed. DBG should be polymorphic. DBG prints like that. If I try to gbg at compile time, that will not work. Maybe I do eprintln here. Native function. That's the function print. Actually, you know what? This is the gbg. Yeah, whatever. These are native functions. They are printing to the std out. But until I handle that separately, I suppose. The Lexer. That doesn't matter. Lexer error. My Lexer is actually not error resilient currently. Maybe that's what happened there, but no, there is no. I don't know. Maybe. Print a print. This is the CLI of the parser. That doesn't matter. That's std. No, I don't know what's happening actually. I mean, unless it's this thing that I just commented, but I don't think so. Can I restart the cast language server? I think I'm like at this point. Actually, this is restarted. Okay. Let's just see here. Like if I try typing like this, see, bad control character. So it said this. Recursive, recursive, recursive. Int 32 is a string. It's like I'm printing something there. Unless I'm doing somewhere comp time print. Let's look for comp time. Nope. Nope. Not doing that. By the way, back to Zeta and use it, and I have a no password requirement. Now this is my main IDE. It still crashed for me for no reason, right? Nothing else crashes. Use way less RAM than VS Code. Yeah, I guess. Yes, technically Vim also uses less RAM, but I don't care too much. My VS Code using 1% RAM. My Firefox is using twice as much. And then there's browser 7 tab, which is using also the same. I don't know. VS Code is barely using RAM. But I do have 32 gigs of RAM on this PC, so yeah. Back to Hyperland. Yeah, it was crashing. Oh, not crashing. There was some bugs there. Some lags and whatever. How much RAM do you have? 32 gigs. 32 gigs. Do I open like the VS Code extension and then I debug it? which is going to open a new VS Code with that extension, right? Now I am going to open some cast code, and I'm going to try typing here like this, and you see this thing crashes. Can I see the output? Okay, maybe debug console problems. Like, where do I look? My language server is crashing. Where? Would I see the problem? Hello, Vess. Eduardo has 64. Maybe you need 64 to be able to make programming language? Yeah, maybe. uh... Cannot read properties of undefined. This is git lens. Git lens is crashing. That's like a different extension. Where's the logs of my extension? Cast. This is the only two logs about cast. Really? Extension. Extension host, right? That's what I'm looking at. Where would I see the logs of the extension itself when I'm debugging it? I mean, I can see it in the other VS Code over here, of course, right? But then this log is truncated for some reason, which makes no sense. Like, it says stopping the server failed, right? But there should be logs saying that the server should be starting, right? Where is my logs? Why is VS Code deleting my logs? Open output in editor. Still the same logs. Try Helix one. It logs, annotate the name of the language server next to it logs. You took my logs, okay, yeah, why would you take my logs? Needed this in languages toml. Command cast. This. Like, you want me to go to Helix because Helix is easier to figure out the logs? Hold on. Let's ask ChatGPT. So I have my own extension for my own language for VS Code. My LSP crashes. I don't see the logs. What the fuck? Logs are truncated. I only see it trying to stop my LSP. My LSP isn't crashing, my LS is. What?
Hello, Gorley.
Hello, Gorley. This thing has been useless. All right. Fine. Let's go back to new Vim. Can I see the problem in new Vim maybe? I mean, we can try Helix too, of course. Let's try new Vim first though. If I go to examples, we go to lists. We have the LSP working here, and I'll just try to type here. Well, it seems like yo, cakes with the raid. Yo. Hi. Thank you. How are you doing? Shout out cakes. You have to wait 59 minutes. Oh, someone already shouted out. All right, nice. Hi. You were working on your game. You are going to have the release soon. That's good. I'm not working on my game, so I'm not releasing my game anytime soon. Instead, what we are doing here is I'm trying to make my own programming language. This way we can never get anything done. So if you guys... So you play Factorio? Yeah. Yeah, Factorio is another way of never releasing a game. So don't do it if you were thinking about it. Just don't. Just keep working on your game and release it, right? All right, but yeah, anyway, if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm making my own programming language. I have the language server for my own programming language, and it crashes. I'm trying to figure out why, but we have some things working. There are some bugs. It's kind of getting there, but it's not there yet. Write a game in your programming language. That would be the goal eventually, yes. But right now my game is written in Rust. Okay. Oh, look at this. There is this thing in the bottom. Like the Vim is showing the error actually in the bottom. Invalid server JSON. Expected value but found invalid token, right? So the problem is happening is because my LSP is putting something else into the standard output or whatever. Like, in addition to the actual like JSON RPC protocol, we're doing some other like noise, and that's why it's like crashing. Like, it's not technically crashing, it's messing with the SD out. But how do I see the output that is like causing this crash? Because what's happening, like my LSP is still working, right? Why? Because it basically crashed and then it restarted it automatically, right? And the VS Code is trying to do the same, so I lose the logs. How do I get the logs back? No idea. No idea. LSP log. Here's the log, right? That this thing is telling me. Oh, there we go. Type check failed. Print T is not int 32, right? Or is that not the thing? No, this is the message. That's correct. That's like the diagnostic. But then we have what even is? What am I seeing on the screen right now? RPC cast std error on dock. Sending diagnostics for fake to do. Sure. And Okay, no one knows how to debug the problems where your LSP is doing something wrong, right? Maybe it's because I am printing something from inside the LSP itself. Let's see, print ln. Like, I did not look in the LSP. But there is no println in the LSP, literally 0. Helix might. Okay, fine. Let's try Helix. NeoVim is not helpful. VS Code is not helpful. Nothing is helpful. Let's try Helix. So I need to configure Helix though, right? Helix languages. So how do you do this again? You say in languages toml. We have a language name is cast, file types is ks, language servers is cast lsp. That's how we do it, and then I need to configure the language servers dot cast lsp, and command is cast lsp. Is that how I do it? Is that all that I need to do? Language server, not servers. Okay. That's probably all, right? No, that's not all. Command is a string, but I have okay. So, but if I want an argument there, right? Additional args go in args. Okay, so we do cast, and then args is lsp, right? Like this. Configure cast in Helix. So let's try that. And waiting for Nix for a little bit here. And if there is a mistake, then I will need to wait again. Maybe I could figure out the config first and then do it in Nix. I don't know. Like, can I point Helix to a specific config? Jitspo is doing an indie showcase next month. If you want to submit 15 seconds of footage, you should add side linker to the showcase. You mean Linksider? Holy shit, that thing just disabled my monitors for a second. Okay. Let's try Helix. Projects castlang cast Helix. Fails to parse language config. Missing field scope in language. Wait, what? Language scope. All right. Following the Instructions from chat failed. Scope is source KS instead of file types or what? Let me see. Can I do Helix help? Can I give it like the config? Specify the file to use for configuration. But isn't there multiple files? Hello? Like, why? How do I specify the, like, config is the config toml, right? How do I specify the languages toml on the command line? Can I? You can also put this in .helix languages tomls inside your project. So that's why they don't give you the configuration, because we can just have it here directly. Helix make directory .languages .helix. If am I lagging? I don't know. Am I lagging? I mean, I'm always lagging a little bit. Copy Nix files home Helix languages toml .helix Helix languages toml. Seems like it didn't complain this time. So if I go to lists, KS, okay, we have the thing working in Helix 2 now. Nice. Okay, it seems like this is actually working. I may be yeah. Hold on. Maybe we need to commit this, right? Log open for LSP logs. Okay. I need to switch here again so that this is permanent. I'll do that later though. Okay, but let's first crash it, right? So in order to crash it, I just and then start typing. And I think language server exited. It shows that. Okay, so we do LSP LSP open. Wait, there is no LSP open command. Oh, it's log open. Log open. Log open. Okay. Failed to initialize language servers for source toml. 2023? It keeps the logs from 2023 here? Oh no. I'm going to leak something in these old logs. Go last. How do you go to the end? GE? Okay, there you go. Actually, this is better. This is better than VS Code, and this immediately shows me the error. So we have the broken pipe because it was like expecting something, right? Or what? Exiting cast.lsp after unexpected error. Parse control character found while parsing a string. Line 1, column something. Type check failed. Message, range. Wait, what's the problem? Wait, what's the problem though? So I see this character U000 and U001F. Is that one character or is that two characters though? It's a control character? Like, what does this even mean though? What's a control character? Who is printing this? How do I copy into the clipboard? System clipboard plus Y. Okay. What's this control character? This is the null. I refuse to be a character. It was the range of the ASCII control characters, but why is it... So it's not even telling me what I printed still? How do I even debug if I don't know what my thing printed? But I found something weird while parsing a string, which I think what this means basically is that maybe I was printing strings containing weird characters, right? And that can happen. Or can it happen? Because the way OCaml works is that it can have any bytes inside of the strings, right? Like I had the string issues previously when I was working on the web, when I was like transpiling it to JavaScript. Is it the same thing? Is it because of the unicorn emoji somewhere? Is it the unicorn emoji? Yes, a number. Oh, there is no Unicode emoji here. Okay, that's not the case. Space Y to yank to clipboard in Helix. Okay. Well, I did it like in Vim. Space Y, yank selection to clipboard. And just Y is yanking to the double quote. Okay, yeah, that's different, sure. Okay, so I need to what? Like, how do I see what my LSP printed? It's impossible. It's not impossible, right? Can I do something like right here on LSP client? But then like, I mean, sure, we can run the LSP on the command line, but I need to give it some input, right? Something similar to what I'm doing, which is typing a bunch of characters at once. What is this large blob right above the error? Log open. Let's see. What, this blob? Is this a single thing or multiple things? That is not the message from the language server. I mean, it seems like this is just the STD error of the LSP. Yeah, that's what it is. Yes, it's cast LSP error, right? Which is about STD error, right? That's what I'm printing to the STD error. And maybe I should not be printing this anymore. Maybe not. What I can do, I think, is if I go to Flake, right? So right now my my LSP is like this, right? It's just I'm just doing Dune exec cast, right? That's what I'm doing. Oh wait, is it because can it be because I'm doing RL rep? Because can this not like break the LSP protocol, the RL rep command? I should only do it when I'm working myself with this thing in the terminal, right? Maybe? You think this is going to fix it? Maybe. Okay. I mean, technically I need to close this, right? Waiting on lock? Why am I waiting on lock? Oh, because this one, the VS Code is also doing it. Let's close VS Code. Still waiting on the lock. Is Helix? No, never mind. Drenth. Okay, cast. Okay, so now we don't have the RL rep here. Let's open Helix again. Go to lists. So we have the LSP working. I'm going to start typing again. And it actually, no, it crashed again. It's not because of the RL rep, no. It is a my bug. Okay. But what I can do still is something similar. I can go to Flake, right? And I can change my program. Like, this is the actual program, right? This is just a bash script. Can I have this bash script to output both to the std out and to a file? I can, right? It's called a T, right? I need a T, I think, right? Like cat hello T foo txt. Echo hello T foo txt. So it's printed both to the std out and to foo txt, right? Is this the same bug? I think it should be the same bug. I mean, we can open the logs again. I would think that it's the same one. Yes, still the same one. Control character found while parsing a string. Yeah. It's here. So let's just say that over here we do t to cast.log. So everything that my cast puts to the std out is going to be here in a file. And we quit. Even Nix LSP worked. Have I not configured it before? I think it's because I configured it, no? Actually, no. Nix is just the default configuration, I guess, right? Helix lists Nix. Okay, it exited. Okay, nice. Oh, I think I know what's happening. Is the is it multi-threading? Because I'm typing the characters very fast, that's when it crashes. When I'm typing characters very fast. Fixing LSP crashes. So, like, there is 2 replies to 2 separate LSP commands. And I print it without locking or whatever. It's probably is the bug then, though, in the library that I'm using for the LSP. If that's the case. Okay, so let's open the cast log. There it is. This is my interaction with the Helix, right? So the last thing that I printed was this. So this is all of the diagnostics, right? I just send the diagnostics to the thing. Okay. How do you go to the end of line in Helix? G L. Wait, what even is this? Start char content length 787857. What? That makes no sense. So this is JSON RPC. I'm supposed to have content length and then the message, right? And over here, this was not printed fully. Wait, it's not printed fully. And then we start printing a new message already. But why would that happen? Is it because something is limiting the length? And the length here is 4072. Is 4072 like a round number? And what is the previous, like the previous line? How do you go to the beginning of the line? Line start H. So the previous one says that my content length is 7857. So it was not printed fully. It was just not printed fully for some reason. And it also seems that all of these lines there's like multiple lines here, right? And all of them stop at the same place. That makes no sense. Does it make any sense? No, it doesn't make any sense, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, so we have LSP CLI, this thing. That's my LSP. This is what's actually doing it. I'm using a library. Is it a bug in the library? Do I search for a constant 4000 something? The output buffer has a fixed length. Yes, but where is the output buffer then, right? That would make sense. 4000 including some hidden control codes. Maybe it's like, you know, something like isn't 4000 like the buffer? $4,096. Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? Let's go back to previous buffer like this. So the column number here, once again, when this ends, the column number is 4072, right? Let's open calculator. So it's 4072 plus, let's see, plus we also have, before that, we have a string like this. Content length colon 7857. That's what we want to print, right? But we only print 4000 for some reason. How do you get the size of a thing in JavaScript? String length JS just dot length. Yeah, like this. We get a 4091. There's also the /n over here, right? Which gives it 4092, right? Does line start at 0? Yeah, so yeah, every line here is 4,092 lines, indeed, yeah. Wait, maybe, can it be the helix? Can it be the helix that is truncating these lines, by the way? Because that can be also another thing, right? What's the error here? Again, my error was that control character found while parsing a string, line 1, column 4093, literally at that place. Okay. And 4092 is a number, right? But it's probably and 24 times 4. Yeah, I'm missing like 4 bytes somewhere to make it like really round, right? And s slash, where is it missing space though? No. And we don't do /r/n, I don't think so, because we're not on Windows. We just do /n, I think. All right, anyway, where should I look? Should I look at my EIO bug? No, I don't think, like, that makes no sense. The library that I'm using is Linol. What if it's here? And what if I search here? 4096. What if I search for 4092? What if I search for 4? No. It is doing /r/n is defined in the protocol. Oh, the JSON RPC must do the thing? Or LSP specifically? Something, yeah. Yeah, I did not do the protocol myself. I used the library that does the stuff for me. On that. Cast LSP. So this is specifically the diagnostics, for example, right? I say send diagnostics, but go to definition doesn't work here because this is not the normal OCaml. Okay. Send diagnostics. But there is no way like they only limit the diagnostics, right? If it's limited, then it's limited. Search failed? Huh? Okay. Didn't match any code. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Where could that be? Let's clone that repository actually. Diagnostics. In this repository. How do I go back to the repository itself from this page? Is it impossible? Git clone. All right. I still did not do that. You know what? Let's go to Nix files and do the switch. So, what am I looking for here? What am I looking for? Send diagnostics. This is a template. This is the thing. So this is the actual method. What we're doing here is we are doing publish diagnostics create, and then we notify back. Oh, notify back is just like the generic thing in the yeah, they call it notifies, the thing that you send back, that they don't have the request associated with it, right? Yeah, so we just need to find what is notify back. Notify back. Notify back. Where would I look? Where's the definition of notify back? Class notify back, a wrapper for more easily replying to notifications. I see. This takes as an argument another notify back. Okay. Can I? No configured language server supports hover. Wait, I do have the language server for that. Oh, but it's not installed here. Okay, that makes sense. Let's do Nix. No. It's because I'm not in the shell. I need to do Nix develop in the shell, which has the OCaml, right? So cast lang cast. Using the same compiler that I'm using normally, maybe. Also, we can do Dune build, right? That's needed for the LSP to work. Helix. Okay. Notify back. A server. Okay, maybe this. Let notify back is new notify back using notify back as an argument. Can I go to the definition of this? This is on notification notify back. Okay, that does not work. LSP server notification T on notification. Maybe I need to see where. No. Maybe I should search for like let notify back. So they created notify backs in multiple places. I think I'm going too deep. This is going to take forever to figure out. New notify back using existing notify back. Where's the original notify back coming from? Where do you call this? But for the methods, we don't have the LSP support because OCaml is stupid. Okay. How do I find the original notify back, you know? That's not the one, that's not the one. That's not the one. And that's not the one, and that's not the one, and that's not the one. And that is also not the one. Neither this or that. Or that. Or this or that. This one is also not it. This one is also not. No. Like every single these notify backs are creating using some existing notify back. Like what? Let start of the line. I mean, it doesn't matter. On notification. Let's see. On request. This third-party LSP. Method on request. Like, I want to see where this method is being called, okay? The LSP is useless. It does not show me the references. I'm going to find this manually. Which is basically a hashtag on request, right? That's what I should search for. On request initialize, on request hover, completion. This. Oh, maybe it's JSON RPC. Maybe that's what I need. Okay, there you go. Like, look at a different file. Okay, so what is notify back? Notify back is just send server notification. Okay, that's the implementation, right? That's how we are sending the diagnostics back into the editor. By sending the server notification. Send server notification is taking itself, which is something. This is the JSON RPC like wrapper, right? And then the notification itself. Notification itself is something that we cannot go to the definition of because of camel. Okay. But it doesn't matter. It's just like the thing that needs to be converted into JSON, right? So we LSP server notification to JSON RPC. Okay, I think we need to look into to JSON RPC. JSON RPC without a space, right? So this is implemented where? To JSON RPC, server notification. Out notification to JSON RPC. To JSON RPC. This is from the actual like LSP library. This returns JSON RPC notification T. And JSON RPC is the thing that I cannot find, of course. Unbound modules. Stupid thing. I don't understand how people write code in OCaml. I don't understand why I am writing OCaml. A skill issue or something is happening here. I cannot even go to the definition of things. Client notifications. So where's the client notification, right? ML. There we go. Over here. I need to find. So to JSON RPC. This is literally just doing a yo JSON of T. There is no way yo JSON of library is broken, right? and only has a 4000 buffer. And then structured T of yo JSON. JSON RPC. JSON RPC. Vendor JSON RPC. Copy files, LSP JSON RPC. JSON RPC. We have this thing. The library literally does the following: printf this. Yeah, maybe that's what I should have looked for, right? Yeah. Okay. Printf. I mean, content length. That's what I should look for, right? Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I should have looked for, maybe. So just send JSON. Send a little message. That's what's happening. Right? String length of JSON and then JSON. So maybe an enter display limit and not a real output. It is a real output because I used the T, right? I used T to actually write the output that I'm printing. To the thing. There's this over here, log debug. Can I enable these logs somehow? How do I enable the logs? There is logging here. Log source create. And also only the string before content length was shortened, not the entire line. Yeah, which basically means that this JSON is shortened, right? Like this over here is shortened. And I mean, technically they how is printing strings implemented in camel? Like, because we can have any bytes there, right, including zeros. Like we have the control character. Maybe that's what's happening somehow. I don't know. Well, that would be weird. Yeah, the length was not shortened, right? Which, yeah, the length was not shortened, and then we print this, right? Can I change this? Oh, and by the way, this is the missing bytes, right? It's 2/n's, right? That's what was missing when I was counting things. Zero character might be a problem. I mean, I don't think that's happening though, but I mean potentially. Potentially. But maybe it is io.write string. You know? Can this be the case? What if this string is too long? That depends on the IO, right? Of course. Who is implementing IO here? Like, maybe... Like, because we're printing this to the string first, and then we're printing the string to the output, actually. But we need to eliminate the possibility of that happening first. How would I do that? Can we do like I need to vendor this library or something? I have no idea how to do that either. Do I just copy paste the sources? How do I overwrite my existing dependency? Can I move the Can I move the Linol into projects? Castlang cast. Vendor, I don't know. Is that how they call it? Make directory projects, Castlang cast vendor. And then move. Just send a dummy for 92 character diagnostic right after the initialization of the language server. That's a good idea, yeah. That's a good idea. Let's see. But how do I mean, we can notify, we can do anything to be notified back, right? Notify back is notify back. Sends notification. Notification into unit, and notification is publish diagnostics, create URI diagnostics like this. Send diagnostics. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. On request initialize, right? So literally when we initialize, we I mean, I'm already sending the diagnostics immediately, just not sending anything, I guess. It's sending the empty diagnostics. Let diagnostics is this. What do I want to do here? I know the and to remember the keybinds of Helix now that I'm using this editor for some reason. What do I do? Just notify back. Diagnostics. The expression has type, yeah, you notify back. This is notify back. This is this. Notification. Oh, it's notify back, send notification. Send notification. Wait, I actually have auto completion for the methods here. Can I go to the definition of it? No, of course not. Okay, so now what is the diagnostics? And what is the URI here? URI should be URI dot file hello. Let's do this. Right, and then the diagnostics itself is this should be the diagnostic list. Let's create a list of a single diagnostic. Does that not work? Expression has type URI 2, but expression was of type LSP URI. Okay, we need to do lsp.URI. What? What's the type? Expected of type lsp.URI0. .t lsp dot, oh yeah, URI0. Why is it called URI0 instead of URI? No idea. And they don't have the file there, right? Unbound value file. What do they have? 0.afpath is what they have. Okay. Let's do this. Hello .txt, right? And then the diagnostics. Diagnostics is just diagnostic. Cast LSP diagnostic get. LSP type diagnostic T. I already store them there. We don't need to do like processing. Diagnostics. And diagnostic. Okay, I think I need to copy this and figure it out. Fast LSP CLI. Over here. Right, so I'm sending the diagnostics. What's the range? The range here is the range. Okay, can I do a range? A is 1. Can I read the full text of the diagnostics, by the way? This expression record is expected to. To what? Can I like autocomplete the fields or something? Well, command action, destruct enumerate case? No. Range is probably like start, line, column. Can we do that? Some record fields are undefined. End. Okay, I guessed properly. End is line is 0. Column is 0. It's not column. There is no field column. What are the things that we have? Can I go to this? Okay, it's character and line. Character. Like it even has the auto completion here, right? Can we have like a code action in general, since I'm making my own LSP that's like initializes all the fields? Like similar to creating the all of the match branches for me. I wanted to create the structure of the type for me. I don't remember using that in any other languages. But there's probably such a thing, right? Make string t. Oh wait, what if the bug is in my code over here? Make string. Error message. Because error message here is really big. Yeah, okay. Let's try for now. Do something like this. Hello world. Right? Okay. So LSP restart is just a thing that happens. Okay, lists. Yes, can I do LSP restart? Server closed the stream. Wait, already? LSP start. Language server exited. Wait, what? LSP restart. Language server exited. But I still have this stuff here. What? Fast log. This is still the same, by the way, right here in the end. What about in the beginning? We have diagnostics. There is no hello. Oh, because I need to do, because it's OCaml. We need to rebuild the thing, right? Just LSP support. Oh wait, I am supposed to not need to do that actually.
777 septillion 777 sextillion.
Language server exited. Sometimes just the language server closing after you restarted it. Flow cage.
777,777,777,777.
It's not 7,077. The problem is a different number. My problem is number 7,857. This time. What is even in this line? Severity. Message check failed. Just a bunch of diagnostics here where the type check failed. Print T is not in 32. Print T is not in 32. Print T is not in 32. Wait, is this the recursive? Wait, is this like a bunch of diagnostics? Which are literally the same, by the way. This is all the same message over and over again. Print T is not equal to int 32. How do you go to the matching bracket in this thing? G. There is no go to matching bracket. There is no way you cannot do that, right? MM. This thing doesn't match. This thing matches. This thing matches. Wait, this thing matched incorrectly. Wait a second. What? You guys even see what's being printed here? This is the beginning of my message, right? So message is type check failed, print is not int 32. Then it closes this, that's the message, that's the end of the message, right? And it says range, colon, and character 0, line 0, start character 0, line 0. Wait, no, I think it's fine. It's just MM doesn't work. MM does, like, it cannot even match the brackets, really? Helix? Hello? Better to take the line and put it into a JSON buffer? Okay, I guess, maybe. Maybe. Sure, let's do that. Let's do a new buffer. How do you do a new buffer? New? Lang. Set language. Set language. JSON. Okay. Fine. Can we format? Format. Can I format, but like over here somewhere? Start. Let's pretend that this. Shit. This still matches. This still matches. This still matches. This doesn't match anymore. Does need to be like an array? No. Match. Oh wait, this is matching the beginning already. Okay, so this is the Wait, how do you delete everything until the end of the line? Is it not go to the end of line and then delete in Helix? I need to go actually into the visual mode for that. I thought it's just motion and then delete. Format. Language, a formatter isn't available for the JSON. Okay, fine. We cannot format this. How do you copy the entire file? Percentage sign vertical bar JSON pp. Duplicate specification for V for option V. What? That's the JSON pp output. Or is it JSON pp itself cannot be parsed? JSON is wrong? Okay, JSON is wrong. Sure. I think I want to... how do you copy the entire file? Percent sign, right? And then copy it. Okay, fine. Let's go to VS Code real quick to figure out the JSONs. Okay, diagnostics. Okay, it's because I did not actually close this thing properly. Okay. So 1, 2, and then we need that. Format. There is no formatter for Go installed. Hello? Why is this thinking that this is Go? Wait, why is this determined as a Go file? Does it look like Go? There are multiple formatters for JSON. Wait, what? I never needed to configure that before. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this thing is just a bunch of these messages. Range this. Diagnostics. Isn't this also supposed to tell you the file? Or is the diagnostics always only for the current file? This is weird. Okay, does this help me figure out my bug? No, it doesn't. So what do we do next? What do I do next? Cast LSP. But I need to like give it the initialization request, because that only then I'm notifying it back actually, right? Okay, maybe I'll open Helix again, open lists. Cast log, diagnostics. This diagnostic is not here. Oh wait, there is a message hello world over here. There actually is a hello world. It's just the second one for some reason. Okay, so I actually sent it. See, this is the second message that I'm doing, right? That's the second message, right? So now we are just going to try cast LSP hello world. How do I make a long string? List print string print debug or something. Let's try to make a long list. Is there like list make? List tail append cons repeat. How do you make a long list? I mean, I can do a string make. Sure. String make. Make the number and then the characters, right? So I want to make 5,000 question marks, right? So we're like going to ask what's happening here nicely with 5,000 question marks. Okay. So do I just do LSP restart now? And LSP exited. It's exited immediately, actually. Okay. This is the problem. Yes. Let's take a look at cast log again. Do you reload the file manually? Because, yeah, there we go. So there's my question marks. There's my question marks. This is the end. It did not print all of my question marks. Oh my god. This is because I'm using a camel. That's literally the reason. There would be no other reason, right? Okay, so the question marks were not printed fully. Okay. So why would they not be printed? Let's figure out what happens next, because like this library that we're using is different, is literally just trying to print it, right? Like that. Okay, so now what do I do? What do I do now? Let's I don't know, what do I do? Today I learned OCaml doesn't support very long text strings. It's okay, it's not necessarily OCaml yet, but let's see. It may be something else, because I'm also doing this thing that's called make. Wait. Right, over here I'm doing make string. What if the problem is in make string? Because what if we just do string make 5,000 question marks directly? That's a little bit different. Let's try that instead. What if this works? Because make string is my thing, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I did a bug there somehow. LSP restart. LSP restart. That's no. Did I not save the file? Is it rebuilt? Oh, I need to reload the log. Yeah. Okay, no, never mind. Never mind now, this did not fix it. Okay, so that means that there is no my code that's actually running now. Okay, and the bug is not in my code. Okay. Once again, someone else and not me is to blame. That's good. Okay. All right, so where do I look? Where do I look? So in this code, what can go wrong? Do you think string make is buggy? I don't think so, right? I think the problem is actually the printing. So all in all, right, this thing, we do content length. Content length is being printed over here, right? No, not here. Over here. Can I print that? Like, since I put this into my folder, is it going to be used already, or do I need to do something else? I probably need to do something else, but let's try. LSP restart. Reload. Oh wait, it actually worked. Okay, so I can just change the code there and that just works. Okay. That's nice. So I just literally put the library into my folder. That's all that I'm doing. And I can just change the library now. Okay. Sure. So now what do I want to do? What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? Let's try doing this. Print ln, print print end line JSON, which literally just means printing this JSON to a separate line, just a separate line with this JSON thing only. That's all. So that's obviously not the correct thing, right? Reload. Okay. Wait, why is there yeah, it's printed 2 times. That makes sense. But there, why is there something printed in the middle? This is the JSON, and I'm pretty sure that this JSON publish diagnostics, right? This is the end of my message that I wanted to print, right? And this, wait, and this is also printed fully now. But I think we see the issue here, right? What is this message in the middle? This is multi-threading issue, right? A race condition. Multiple threads are trying to... No. Wait, what? No. It's not that bad. So where's the problem? What should I do? Last PC li. This in RPC. Your right string. OC full S. And yeah, the string itself is correct. It's not even, doesn't even make sense for me to test this, right? Wait, or does it? Can I I mean, I just want, instead of IO write string, instead of this, I'm going to do println. Full print print string full S. Can I do that? Full S is a string. IO return unit, so that it type checks. I'm struggling also with my bindings in Helix right now. I need to switch back or something. LSP reload, restart. It crashed yet? It doesn't say that it crashed. This is empty. Wait, why is this empty? Ah. Print string on the standard output. What? Now it is empty completely. I need to flush it, right? Flush std out. Is that what you want me to do? The value std out. Flush out channel. What's the out channel here? What's the flush? Maybe that's why we wanted the print with end line, because end line also flashes probably. Now it's exited immediately. Okay, nice. Reload. Okay. So I just used the print end line instead. And oh, where's the question marks? Oh, question marks are over here. Okay, so these are the question marks, by the way, right? And the question marks were printed properly. Wait a second. So are you saying that it's literally is a bug in the EIO? Isn't EIO like the very popular library in OCaml? So yeah, I just need to do a print string, but into flush here. How do you flush? Flush std out. I mean, std out. Can I search for std out? Std out. It's format std out, I guess. Flush format dot std out. And what? No, it's not. Unbound. No, where is std out? Std out. This is in stdlib. So I just do maybe then stdlib.stdout. There we go. That works. Okay. If this is going to work, that's really wrong. Right? LSP restart. Reload. This is my diagnostics. Why is it still crashing though? What's the crash? Log open. To the end. Send in diagnostics. It said it crashed. Where is the crash? It didn't crash this time? Is it actually working? Oh, it probably actually is working, right? Oh, it's the syntax highlighting is not working in Helix because I'm doing semantic tokens through the LSP, but Helix can only do the tree sitter. So I actually have the language server working now. Okay. It just doesn't do the syntax highlighting. Okay, that's why I was assuming that it like crashed because no syntax. Okay, so this is actually the problem. Wait, what? That makes no sense. Okay, so I'm using the EIO as a library, right? EIO. EIO. There's no way. Like, let's try a hello world in EIO. Multi-core. This is effect-based. Parallel IO for OCaml. And this thing cannot do the 4000. What do we search for here? Truncated. Like 4096. There was another very similar bug, it seems. EIO path load was loading only first 4 GB files. 4 GB on the big files. But 4 GB is like the maximum integer, right? So that makes a little bit more sense to me. Opened by Eduardo. All right. We meet again. Okay. How do I do this? I want to just make a simple hello world. Let me go back. Here I will exit all of this. I'll go back to VS Code. Don't save this. Reload cast. Yeah, it actually fixes the thing. But I probably want to either report it or fix it and do a pull request or somewhere, right? Let's do this. We have a camel playground. I need this to be dependent on EIO. No, not this. Dependencies. Libraries. EIO. Okay. EIO dot IO. EIO dot std. How do I print hello world? How do you print hello world here? Maybe let's look over here. What did I fix? I just changed EIO printing to literally using the standard library printing. That's all that I did. Right? I mean it's not EIO specifically, right? Because this library that I'm using, it's abstract over the IO, right? So it can do either EIO or it can do LWT, which is the two like async libraries, I guess, for a camel, like Tokyo for Rust, and there are other alternatives, right? Like async std or whatever, small, same stuff. So I just changed the thing to just use the print directly from the standard library, and that's all that I needed to fix. This hello world. EIO flow copy string to out. Is that what I want? And then we do this. EIO main. So I need also EIO main, I think, right? Okay. And then do I do like Dune exec or camel playground? How do you run this thing? Helix doesn't support semantic tokens because it's bad. Semantic tokens is bad, or what? Or Helix is bad? I'm not a big fan of LSP highlighting spec. It requires a lot of back and forth traffic with the LSP to do highlighting in real time. VS Code should adapt receiver already. Yeah, but like some languages cannot do the. I mean, yeah, I cannot do the three-seater because of the extensible syntax. LSP semantic highlighting is the only protocol that supports my stuff. Anyway. Like I can generate the three-seater for the default syntax, but for extensibility, that would not work. You're back, Penguin. Welcome back. Figured out how to fix the crash, but I need to also find. I mean, like it's kind of fixed, right? It's not exactly done yet. Speed crashes. Whatever. No way, I have to quit Helix to code in Cast. You cannot make me. You can run another Cast LSP as a formatter. Formatter, yeah, but not the highlighter, right? Oh, you mean like, oh, you can run another binary to highlight? You can do that? Because we literally have that already. We have literally Cast highlight. Wait, why does it not highlight anything? What? Why does my highlight not highlight anything? What? That's it thinks that it's not in a terminal or whatever, I think. If I go here and I do Cast highlight. Wait, it also doesn't work. What? It was working before, right? Somebody broke it. Okay, fine. Cast low light. How do you run this program now? How do you run this thing? Oh my God, why is figuring things out in a camel so difficult? Dune exec, a camel, playground. I guess this is needs to be lowercase because that's the public name, maybe. Yes, exactly. Okay, hello world, right? So I print hello world, and now let's do something else. Let's try printing. Let's try printing string make 5,000 question marks. I'm pretty sure this is going to work though. It's literally 5,000, right? So this works. So it's somewhere in the middle between EIO and that stuff, right? I guess I need to figure out how the library that I'm using is doing things. Let's see. It's cast LSP. No, it's not a limitation in the LSP. No, it's not. It's maybe like in the thing. Linol LSP. Where's my main function? Right? I'm doing this. EIO main run, EIO switch. Like this. LSP server. Linol EIO. JSON, yeah, it's this thing, Linol AIO maybe. So IO of the EIO, I want to do what? I want to write string, right? And this is EIO copy string to the out channel, right? That's literally just like in the hello world. Okay, maybe out channel is something. content length. And to find this file again. Header. No. JSON RPC. This thing. Project. My project is cast. Yeah. Load Tivex. So this over here, this is my, right? Instead of doing IO write string, I just do the print string from this stdlib vocaml and then it fixes it. So self OC is the output channel. Okay, maybe it's because of the way they create the output channel. What is self in this case? What is self? So like these lines work and this one doesn't. Right, like this. There you go. This crashes the server. Okay. So what is self OC? OC is IO out channel. This is make. This is JSON RPC make. T IO out channel create. And when I'm creating, I'm giving it the out channel. All right, that makes sense. Now I need to go to a linol EIO or something. Linol EIO over here. JSON RPC is linol general RPC make using this. Wait a second. How do I create the JSON RPC? It's in my cast LSP, right? JSON RPC create stdio. Create stdio. Create stdio. Create stdio is using IO std in and IO std out. Okay. So wait, but then it's literally the same as hello world, right? Can I create a stdio and then like do something? Send a server notification. Yeah, I think I want to try that maybe directly. Try to minimize the example here somehow. Linol EIO. Let me see again. So std out is EIO, std env, std out. Where is my playground? EIO, std env, std out, right? So that's where I'm doing this thing. And then write string is just EIO flow copy string. EIO flow copy string. Which means that this should basically do the same thing. But it's not, but this version is not truncating the thing. Okay. Is there... okay, what do I do then? What do I do then? How about I just try to print this line like over here? Over here somewhere, right? Let's try over here, say linol EIO dot write string to linol EIO dot std out. string make 5,000 question marks. It's the other way around. Out channel string unit. And then I need the env here. Let's see that. Spotify. I don't use Spotify. I don't listen to music. Really. I used to listen to music when I was younger, but not anymore. Now I just listen to the music when I watch somebody else's stream. If the streamer actually is doing it. It's playing the music on their stream, but I don't. It's been 2 hours and 2.5 hours today, and I literally didn't do anything. I'm just trying to figure out the bug in the library that I'm using. Cast LSP. That's some question marks. Okay, can I do cast LSP? Word count. No. Cannot. But I feel like that worked actually, right? Can I shut down or whatever? I mean, I can just remove all of that. That should be the function. Yeah, that returns unit. So I can just delete all of that code, I guess. Did I not? Syntax errors now, of course. There we go. 5,000, yes. So this works, which means that this is not the issue. But where is the issue then? That makes no sense now. That now makes actually 0 sense to me. Where am I losing the ability to print more than 4,000 characters? What if I try doing this? Earlier. I mean, not earlier, but like we have this JSON RPC thing, and then we run the server. Server. LSP server. This thing. Can I just, instead of sending the diagnostics, do this? I just need to figure out what the env is. Can I get the switch? Yeah, you'll switch. No, I don't think so. LSP server. Let's just give it the env here as another argument. And that should probably work. Let's see. Did I undo my changes here? Yeah. I guess not on request initialized, but like maybe somewhere else. Let's try printing this. I mean, sure, let's try it on request initialize, why not? And then let's also write another string, which is /n. So we have, so like a new, a line of 5,000 question marks. Is that going to be printed? But that requires... Probably I'll like go to Helix here again, because that's easier, it seems, to do that here. So now I go to... Oh, it doesn't matter, because I can open the cast log anywhere. Okay, so here you go. We have the question marks. Is this 5,000 question marks? It actually is 5,000 question marks. Okay. There's no way. So this works. It all works, but it doesn't somehow. I don't get it. So yeah, let's not use this directly. Let's instead use literally the code that is it over here? This thing, IO write string self OC. Yeah, it's like the OC. I want to know what's the OC, output channel. Full S. Let's try, instead of doing self OC, let's try to change this slightly. Something like IO write string IO.std out. How about this? It's supposed to be the same thing. Oh, but std out using the env. Can I do self.env? I guess I cannot. But it's the same thing. I want to know what the problem is, but I also need to sleep. Yeah. Maybe on today's stream I just figured out this error. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for. Figuring out OCaml issues takes so long. But it's fine. I'm wondering if I have saved more time by switching to OCaml. If I could have just waited for all my compilation to happen every time, right? So like 1 minute, let's say that, so like I used 2.5 hours today, and let's say that in total I didn't maybe do too much. Let's say that I did 10 hours of fighting with OCaml like whatever issues, right? 10 hours, and my compilation is 1 minute in Rust, right? So that would be 10 times 60, 600 builds. How many times do I build daily? Usually, I don't know. Let's say that I build daily. I don't know. I want to say that a lot. I want to say like that I'm building 100 times daily. I don't have the statistics. But now you know OCaml. But the problem never was about knowing OCaml. It's about, like, the language is simple. But the problem right now is not the language, right? It's like some library here. Next rewriting coming. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. Like, if my LSP working good enough, then I'm just going to and if I fix my bugs with inference, we are very close to be able to write code in the language itself. And maybe I just started rewriting like immediately, kind of. Probably after the advent of code, though. So I'll do that first and then work on some other issues. But also another problem, if I rewrite it in itself, I might... The only thing that I'm like probably going to hit is the performance of the compiler on like the big project. Like, how big is my project even right now? I don't know. It says 120,000 OCaml. That's not true. That's because I included the thing. Can I exclude? Can I exclude the vendor folder? Okay, it's not that much, right? It's just 10,000 lines, 12,000 lines of code, right? It's pretty small. Relatively small. But is my language going to be able to compile 10,000 lines of code in less than a minute? Or like, ideally like in a second would be really nice, right? Because I don't have incremental compilation yet at all. So it would need to do that every time from scratch. That's probably not going to happen. Probably pretty slow currently. Why is there a syntax error somewhere? There is no syntax error. Don't lie to me. Does anyone see the syntax error? That's another thing that I fight all the time in OCaml. The invisible syntax errors. Oh wait, OCaml format. Project should be formatted using OCaml format version 0.27, but the installed version is 0.28. Wait, OCaml doesn't allow you to use the newer formatter if the project is configured to use the old formatter? So the formatter is not backward compatible? Huh? So I have two fresh formatter installed, and that's why I cannot format here anything. Really? Every time you find a new thing about OCaml that makes me want to stop using it. Alright, anyway. Probably fine. We'll probably have something similar for ourselves. What do I try here? I don't even know what I try here. Like, how do I make the minimal thing? Anyone has ideas? Like, how do I... Like, I need to... Like, the super minimal example of Hello World works, and then the LSP doesn't work. What else do I do? Something in the middle. Like a small LSP. Like, just take this project. The Linol, they have the example there, right? They have an example template, and this is the template, right? This is literally their template. And then I can try replicating this here, right? Yes, it's an RPC. Let's try that. Let's try that, but I need to build it then, right? And I need to use it as an actual LSP. Just fix cast highlights so you can end stream on a nice note. Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that. But yeah, let me make sure that I remember to do that. Fix cast highlight. Sure. Like I want to get to the root of this problem though. Why is the problem happening? You know? You know what I want to do? I want to like fake the initialization, right? Can I send the initialization so that I don't need like to launch Helix or whatever? Like, how do I send the request to the LSP to initialize? An example of that, right? LSP specification says that there is the initialize request, right? Is there an example that I could just pipe into my thing to see? LSP initialize a request example. Maybe ChatGPT can generate me one. Can you generate me a sample initialization request so that I could pipe it to my LSP for testing? All right, sure, let's do that. Init JSON. It gave LSP. No, I'm pretty sure this is the JSON RPC, right? I just need to do. I just need to end content length here to the beginning, right? Which probably means open init JSON. Like, how do I figure out the length of this? I just need to cat init JSON word count bytes. Like, how do you get the bytes there? C. Of course it's C, not B. Bytes. Okay. 607. So we just do, and 2 new lines, right? So content length 607. And this change language mode, JSON. Is there no like JSON RPC here? How come the Helix can highlight this properly? Or the JSON lines is the format? Maybe, I don't know. Let's try this. Cat init JSON into cast LSP. Failure. Cannot decode request. Duplicate fields did save. Wait, what? What did ChatGPT just generate me? Did save true, will save false, did save true, what? Oh, we put /r. Line. Is that not possible? Okay, I mean, technically this is doing something, right? Cast LSP. Am I just exiting currently? No, it says starting cast LSP, exiting cast LSP, right? That was the request that happened. I need to like still give it something else in the, right? Because like, can I give it this and then like, because it sees the end of the input probably, right? Can I pipe this and like infinity and infinitely wait? can I pipe file and not close std in file into a program and keep pipe open even when the file reached. Like, what do I want here? We just make a FIFO, so we just write the file and then we don't write anything else. Okay, sure. Make FIFO. FIFO. Is there a better way than this? Is my FIFO like an actual file, or is this only existing in my shell? It's actually a file. Okay. So we just cat init lsp into my FIFO, and then we do cast lsp and we read from my FIFO, right? That didn't work. That didn't work. That doesn't work. Oh, I need to do it in a background, right? And JSON my FIFO like this, and then we cast lsp my FIFO. Okay, that works. But then it still stops. Like, why is it stopping? Why is it exiting? I don't want it to exit. Like, it's exiting over here because we ended. But I want to pretend that the thing is still open. Do I write like a simple thing that does that? Sure, let's do a simple program. New file. We need a while loop, yes, but then it means that I need an actual programming language to do that. But it's probably like possible, like in Bash somehow, right? Let's just do cat py, right? So we just open. How do you read a file in Python? Read. How to read a file to string in Python? We just do fread. Okay, sure. Okay, we just do open init JSON dot read. So we just print as, and then we do while true. That's literally what we do, right? Okay, and then we do Python cat py into cast lsp. Is that going to work? Starting. Oh, there you go. Now it actually hangs. Can I? Why does it take so? Why is it so difficult to do that? Okay, sure. So now, but it's still not printing anything. A camel does have loops. No, I'm trying to like do the test from the outside. Oh, you mean I could have done this in OCaml, but like it's different. I'm using like an async framework. It's not just a loop that I need to print there. Yeah, I need to do this from the outside. LSP. But is it on request initialize not being wait, what? Print ln.
Hello K1 Ender.
Hello Clender. I'm not getting the initialization request. right? Every time I hear something about best language, every time it could not do some simple thing. Did someone say something is the best language? I mean, the best language is Cast that I'm creating right now, but it's not like it's not done yet. Then once it's done, it's going to be the best one, but it's just a work in progress for now, you know? OCaml can do loops, yes, but like it's like if I just was to do a loop, it's the same as in Rust. You are doing like some some like if you're using Tokyo and Rust and you do just a while loop, it's just going to block the entire application. I don't want to block the entire application, right? I want it to keep working. Specifically in this case, I wanted to reply to the initialization request. And why is that not happening? Is it not enough to pass this? Or maybe it's like trying to read it or whatever. Or your magnificent cast project. Can I do like over here? Home, Movieman, projects, cast, lang, cast. Can I do that? Oh, what's a process ID? Is that important? Capabilities, completion, trace, workspace folders. Is that different? Like, it feels like that's not what's happening here. It's just literally on request initialize is not being handled. Why not? So I get here, but not there. Did I change anything else? I did not change anything else. Oh my god. And this is literally just all commented out, so I didn't make any changes there either. Crash that, I don't need it. How do I make the LSP, like how do I do the minimal test of the LSP so that it at least sees the this thing? Or do you think this is not the correct content length maybe? Let's do some empty lines here. Like for example, if I do a backslash here, it's not even getting that. Okay, so it's not reading it. Wait, what? Nothing is happening now. Is that not the input to the LSP? Is it because no /r? Is it? Okay, fine. We just do this. Let's do it in Python. Print content length s length s, right? /r/n/r/n. That's what is needed, right? And let's see if the typo is going to be handled properly. Like it's not even reading anything, right? Python cat py into cat. Wait, is this not working? Is while true happening before the printing for some reason? No, I guess. Wait, do I need to flash in Python? Or something? No, it's not the like. How do I make it like? Isn't like last supposed to like show the things that I have printed already? I'm supposed to flash the std out manually in Python, maybe. Sys versus sys std out flash. Is that going to help? It actually helps. Yes. Wait, what? All right. I thought Python would be flashing after every print. That would make sense because normally the programming language they flash on the new line, right? But Python doesn't do that for std out. Weird. Okay, now we are missing contents like header. Now it's actually happening. All right. So now we do length instead of that. Missing content length header. And is new line? It doesn't matter though, right? Oh, over here for the first one. For the first one, and is this, right? For the second one, it doesn't matter. But it still says missing content length header. Spelling is still wrong? Oh, really? My bad. Expected string or identifier found completion. Is my JSON still incorrect? Completion. Expected string or identifier. It just JSON error. Wait, is this not the correct JSON? Because it's a comma. A comma, a trailing comma is not. Is not handled properly, right? Maybe. Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay, nice, nice. Finally, 1,000 billion hours, and now we can see all of the question marks. Okay. So now this is already automatically piped over here, right? This over here. And this over here. Yes, so yeah, there we go. So over here I'm printing a message that is truncated for no reason, right? But this line is actually longer, which I think that this line is correct. Yes, that's what it seems like. But this one is also correct. Wait, no. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Can I see how many question marks there are in a file? How do we count the question marks in a file? How to count occurrences of a specific star in file bash. Control F. Is it going to just show me? Actually, maybe you're right. 10,000. It is. Actually, Control F works. Wait, if it is 10,000, then it means all of my question marks work. Okay. So the actual problem is that this new message was printed concurrently with the previous one, right? With the other message. Is that so? We have the concurrency issue. Is that my problem? Cast LSP CLI. Like this one works, but the other ones don't. Let's see. Yeah, there is literally 5,000, right? And this over here is 4,035, right? So the other ones are on the second line. Okay. Okay, it is concurrency issue then. But if it is a concurrency issue, then it's a bug in the library, right? That I'm using. And it's happening when I'm trying to put too many messages. Wait, what? This is the diagnostics. Diagnostics. I'm sending the diagnostics 3 times. This one is the empty. And this is the diagnostic when I actually parsed my workspace. What is this? ID, capability, code, action provider, false. Oh, this is me actually being initialized. Yeah. And this is the and this is what? Why do I have more diagnostics here? I don't know. It would work in any editor, not just VS Code. You was just not expecting it. I don't know. Is it going to... I mean, in other editors, you need to configure it because it's not showing you the number of occurrences when you search something in Vim by default, I think, right? Helix it shows. Okay. Okay. But it's because I'm doing a switch. Is that because I'm doing a switch? No, it's not because I'm doing a switch, actually. Because all of this is happening from the same on request initialize, right? So I'm just sending the diagnostics. Wait, send diagnostics, notify back. Wait, it's because send diagnostic, I'm doing a fork. Okay, so that actually is my issue. Right? That's me being not understanding the AIO maybe. Or something. Or I mean, am I not supposed to fork? But how would I do multi-threading then, right? Or I mean, it's not even multi-threading, this is just concurrency. This makes sense. This makes sense. But how do I make this actually concurrent if not by forking? Can I do fork in this library in general? Fork. Discussions. Background sync of client setting. I would like to send a configuration request to the client, say every 10 seconds. I'd like to write something inside my method on request initialized of shutting immediate onto an LLM. I have this. And I pass the env and switch down to my LSP server class. That's literally what I did. Was the LSP server method for getting client settings? I would assume the client would notify the server upon change. And that's something independent, but I mean, they did what I did, right? I mean, I feel like this is still a problem in their library, right? So like, I want to be able to send notifications to the client concurrently for sure, right? And if I do that from different fibers or whatever, they call them fibers, I think, right? Then then the output must be synchronized, but it's not synchronized. I'm watching third stream in a row and still have no idea what I'm looking at, but it's interesting to watch from chat. It's just me fighting. Okay, well, I guess. Have I been doing anything else in the last 3 streams? I don't remember. Boom, 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 boom. Like, I feel like what they should do is they should be locking. Like, isn't that something that makes sense? You know? Like, we are expected, since this is a language server, we are expected to be able to send notifications in the background, right? But we cannot do this in the background literally, because that would make things go out of sync. Like, because then if two, like, it's similar to threading, right? If two threads try to write to the STD out at once, we're going to have a problem, right? So it's a bug in this library, because they should be locking the output before printing a line there, before printing the the request all the time. Hello, Factor IRL. How are you doing? Thank you for the raid. Ba-dum, 15 team leads arrived. How we doing? I don't know what this code is, but I like your square. All right. I have no idea what this code is either. I mean, no, this code is my code, but I'm trying to understand right now the issue not in my code. I'm trying to understand something else. I'm making my own programming language. I don't know what you are doing on your streams. Feel free to advertise your work here. But I'm trying to make my own programming language. I'm making LSP, and I had a bug, a weird bug, where I cannot write more than 4,000 character in a single message, which is like a very long diagnostic, for example, right? So it turns out then if I try to do the things from multiple like threads, it's not exactly threads, because I was doing async thing here. So if I'm doing this from multiple like async tasks, fibers, whatever, then we have a race condition, I guess. And I think it's a bug in this library that I'm using. I don't think it's my bug. Writing our own HTTP protocol. You're just redoing the internet from scratch, all right? Because you don't like how the internet works right now? Or just for fun? For learning, I don't know. Making internet. Rewrite the internet from scratch. Nice. I have an idea how to fix it though without changing the library, because this library is abstract over the async library that they are using, right? So the one that I'm using is Linol EIO, right? Fail with. I'll just fail with, I guess. The null server doc state. We're going to head to bed. Okay, bye. I feel like I want to do something like this. Module linol EIO is linol make no, we do something like this. Struct, no, not here. In my code. And to do a struct. What makes your new programming language better than Rust? Well, Rust's borrow checker has is rejecting some code that is technically correct, right? So we want to it to be better. As one example, I can give you more details if you want. There are you're doing your HTTP stuff in Rust, right? One thing that you're writing it in Go, okay. Recent Cloudflare unwrap. Yeah, there was the unwrap. The unwrap would still happen, but one thing that you cannot do in Rust is you cannot guarantee that a panic doesn't happen, right? So you cannot guarantee the Cloudflare doesn't go down because you can unwrap, right? Sometimes you want to make, like, you want to be more confident in your code, right? For example, it doesn't panic. That's just one of the examples. One of the other examples that you want to make sure that doesn't happen is that you don't do any unnecessary allocations, or you don't, like, I don't know, like there's a lot of things that you don't want sometimes, or you yeah, basically, I guess mostly for preventing bugs, you want to have more guarantees about your code, what it can and cannot do. There is this thing called monads, which kind of like solves that. But in my language, we're going to have the other alternative of monads, which is the effect system. So you can basically annotate your functions with what they can do, basically, right? So it's like not really functional programming language where everything is declarative. So you can still write your code like a normal programming language, you know, a normal imperative style, but still have all the guarantees that the pure functional programming is giving you. What languages do you work with at your IRL job? I'm doing Java right now. I was doing Rust for a long time, but now I'm back to Java. And then also I did a little bit of Go recently, but mostly Java. JavaScript, Java. Yeah, that's it. I hate it. The language. Ooh, the job is good. So to take on Rust to learn versus C++ or Java? Spring Boot? No, not Spring Boot. Not Spring Boot. We have like a custom framework. Rust to learn versus C++ and Java. You mean like as a first programming language? As a first programming language, Java is probably the best out of these three. C++, I don't think C++ needs to be learned at all. Learning C maybe potentially can be useful. But yeah, Rust definitely, I don't think I can recommend it as a first programming language. Eventually, sure. But I mean, if you just like learning, you should learn everything. All three of those. And 1,000 more languages. JavaScript rules. ISPQ civitatum. Hi. I want to just do an include here. That's what I want. Include IO, but I want to change the IO, right? Want to change the IO, EIO, IO, EIO. Is struct include IO, EIO. But I want to change. I want to change the single thing, which is the right string. Right? Let's do this for now, and then we are also IO, EIO. Then also I am going to override that. Assembly should be first, no abstractions, just bytes and comments. Okay, so yeah, this over here. If EIO flow copy string, if this is called concurrently, then we're going to have a race condition. So how do I do a lock in EIO? Is it possible to do a lock? How do you lock in EIO? I'm printing strings from multiple fibers, and it's going to figure it out. Sync issues again. You still injecting fibers in Ruby? No. I mean, no camel. Still a concurrency circus. All right. Just do an AIO mutex. Okay. Makes sense. AIO mutex create. Okay. We'll say let out mutex is AIO mutex create. Okay, and then over here we do AIO mutex lock. Do I unlock manually here? Oh, okay, that's okay. That's okay. We just lock the mutex, and then we do that, and then we unlock the mutex, right? Yes. Let's see if that works. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Cast log. Wait, this actually fixed it. Look at this. We have a full line, and all of my question marks are on a single line. Okay. I feel like I should make this a pull request. I'm not sure though if this is enough. I need to at least like open an issue for them. JavaScript rules. Okay, TS. Okay. TS. Have you heard of C++26 contract assertions? No. I can look it up though. C++26 contract assertions. See. Allow the program to specify properties of the state of the program they're expected to hold. Is it just documentation, or is it actually something? Contract assertions. Is there a dark mode? No. No, I'm not going to watch a video. I'm just going to take a brief look at this. Function, contract specifiers, and assert statements. Each contract assertion has a predicate, which is an expression of type Boolean. Implementation defined which evaluation semantic is used for any given evaluation of a contract assertion, which means that contract assertion has evaluation semantics, which means that it's going to be, or is evaluation means like compile time evaluation, or is it runtime? Doesn't specify this here. Ignore. Let's see. Increment of num might not occur even if a check-in semantic is used. 3. Wait, what? There is an observable checkpoint, CP, that happens before E, such that any other operation, OP, that happens before A, also happens before CP. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe let's read these AL overview instead. Key aspects, specifies preconditions for a function. I mean, yeah, so like what if in this code, this function only has the precondition? This is just the type signature, right? And then the implementation is written somewhere else. And the precondition is num++. What does this even mean? Increment of num might not occur. What does this even mean? Everything explained in simple and concise words as everything in C++. I mean, this is something that I can understand, right? It's just an assert, right? Not implemented anywhere. So it seems like they do have a runtime cost. This is the semantic of the contract assert. It's either ignore, observe, enforce, or quick enforce. So it's just literally the thing that is replacing the assert macro. And the advantage is that it's a keyword. What? Precondition, postcondition, contract assert. So this is within the body. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I just don't understand this. I just don't understand this code. So this is a precondition. Oh, I understand. It's because a comma. This is a little bit weird because that's not how you write code normally, right? Because this is C++, a comma is basically like evaluating the first expression and then returning the second one, right? So it said, and then it says that the num increment might not occur. That's because these conditions, these assertions, they are not necessarily actually going to happen. That's based on the semantic that is like happening, right? Okay, so and this is, but this is just an assert, and this is like assert false here, right? Is what they have written. Okay. Sure. I don't understand why this needs to be a language feature, honestly. It's weird. If it would like be part of the type system somehow, so that it can, like, the compiler can see this contract asserts and do optimizations based on that. Maybe it can do, actually. Because I have not read this fully. But like, that would be the only reason to have this as a language feature, if the contract assertions can affect optimizations. Otherwise, I don't know. Just do a normal assert. Anyway, so we have I have fixed this, but I probably want. Let's also fix you know. Let me remove my vendor folder here. Cast log, remove this, remove Lakenix. I don't want to T anymore here. Undo this change. Cat py, we don't need this Python stuff anymore. This, I will remove the env from here. I don't think I need the env. So we literally just do the mutex and output with locking. This stuff can be reverted. This was me working on the inference, because before I was distracted by the LSP. Camel Playground is something that literally doesn't matter. Okay, so this is literally the fix. This literally is the fix. This 10 lines of code that I have written in 3.5 hours. Nice. Fix race condition in LSP. Let's try also doing that. Examples lists. Okay, so now if I do that, my LSP is still working and it's not broken, right? I can write characters quickly now. Okay. Fixing LSP crashes. I should still report it, right? But what do I say? What do I say? What if I actually look here for race condition? No? I think I should say something like race. Hey, you there, fix your shit. Race condition. Race condition in race condition of printing race condition in JSON RPC, or like what do I say here? I should just show them my fix though. I have used this. I wrapped IO write string. It seems like IO wrap string should be wrapped with a lock. Otherwise, there is race condition. Is it still race condition if you like? I mean, it is still called race condition, right? When you do like async stuff, it's technically still is single threaded everything here, but it still is race condition, right? Technically, yeah, race condition. Otherwise, I was having race condition trying to send notifications from EIO fiber fork. Is this a good explanation? Is that everything? Fork. And then we only see the race condition when the message is longer than 4000 because that's the buffer size, right? In order to see this, right, you also need the notification to be larger than 496 bytes. Nice. Bytes, it seems. This is a buffer size. I don't know. I feel like this is all written incorrectly. How to write English. Race condition. When sending notifications. Maybe, right? Because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to send the notifications asynchronous, like from different I am using Linol EIO. Seems like IO write string should be wrapped with a lock. Otherwise, I was having race condition trying to send notifications from a different fiber. I used EIO fiber fork from within one of the methods of LSP class. Right? Is it the LSP class of LSP server? Of my LSP server class. This also is only seen when notifications, that when content length notifications is larger than around 4,000 bytes. Since this is buffer size somewhere, I guess. I used this to fix my issue, but maybe this should be handled in this library itself instead. Is this good? I hate writing issues. It's like going outside and talking to other people. Add one line that Msoft is awesome and not fat at all. Alright, I fixed the LSP crashes. Let's fix the cast highlight. I guess fixing the actual like language is going to happen not today because I don't want to stream for too long. Let's see, cast highlight, right? So I want let me also commit what I have been doing here. This is me just comment out a random print. What is this? This doesn't even need to be. And that's the thing that I was trying to do. Wait, no. Yeah. Wait, this maybe. Wait, did I actually fix it? I did not fix it, right? Like the inference with recursive types. I mean, I kind of fixed it, but then it's like there is a problem with substitution, which is another bug. So I will say that this is done. I guess. But this is a different issue. I fixed the panics. I fixed the infinite recursion. So that's a different bug, which I will look into the other time. But let's fix the cast highlight. So I want cast highlight. Wait, didn't it was literally not working earlier today? It's already working. Wait, what? I didn't do anything. Why was it not highlighting previously? I literally didn't change a single line. It's already highlighted. Moon face has changed. That's weird. Well, like, I literally didn't change anything. Did I, like, close and reopen my VS Code or whatever? So they say that in Helix, in order to have the syntax highlighting, you can do it by... So in Helix, I can implement syntax highlighting. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at Helix documentation. Syntax, configuration, languages, highlight, document, highlight. List of supported features is document highlight. That's the feature of a language server? Agile is sleeping, right? He said that we can do this syntax highlighting by executing a program. Syntax highlighting through two-seater grammars and query files. That's the engine. If you want new highlighting, the two-seater grammar, write the query files, maybe point here to external language server for semantic stuff, but that's not. I mean, yeah, we do have a semantic tokens. Or is the highlight a different one? Like, what is this? Highlight, document highlight, is that LSP specification? Is that actually a method in LSP? That's not a method. Document highlight is not a method. Wait, but there is a code action. Code action request. Code action. Maybe I need to do document highlight. Oh, there you go. Document highlight capabilities. And what do I have? Document highlight is different from semantic tokens. I guess it's different, right? So that's like a different capability in the language server. Highlighting. Text document highlight. And then we just give it the document highlight. Text document highlight params. Self self on highlight modify back params. On highlight document highlight. This should return document highlight TList option, and this should be highlight params. Right? And what is document highlight? You say that kind is this and range is that. Okay. But I mean, so right now we're just using only semantic tokens, but we can do the highlight directly. Sure, let's do that really quickly. I think that's going to be really fast. I think implement LSP document highlight. Sure, for the Helix file state. Document highlight. Some list. Document highlight T. Kind. Range. Kind. Text, read or write. And range. Wait, what? Oh, wait, this is a different. This is a different method. Document highlight is probably like highlighting, like maybe it's this. Like you see how right now we are highlighting all of these document highlights? Is that what it is? It's not like actually. It's not the actual highlight, right? What is it this is even supposed to do? Document highlight. Document highlight request is sent from the client to the server to resolve document highlights for a given text document position. For programming languages, this usually highlights all the references to the symbol scope to this file. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Undo. Semantic tokens is the way, I guess. The only way of the LSP. So I'm going to undo that. But I did not commit that, so fix uniting recursive types. Okay, I guess I'm just going to end then. Okay, hopefully next time we do more work on the language. See you guys later. Bye.